Italian Sicilians do it better. Oh, can't you see? From cooking to comedy, it's pure family. Turn it up, this groove's for you. Queens in the house, bringing something true.
Wow, cousin Mike is joining us today. What did you
What's
do with
going
G?
on, guys?
Threw him in the trunk?
He said a few things. We had to get rid of him. It's okay. It is what it is. You know what I mean?
It's
Okay, cuz.
He's the extra, so don't worry about it. He's fine.
He fell down a few ladders. I'm in for now until he heals up.
So just to let our viewers know, G and Michael is who he does all the videos with on the It's Okay Cuz, right? Is that the page?
Exactly, yeah.
It's okay, cuz he's here.
It's okay, cuz.
It's all
That's
right.
all right.
So what do you got going on down in Florida, Mike?
Other than it's hot, it's getting really hot again. I'm over the heat.
Already?
I know you guys want heat. I've lived here my whole life though.
Jesus, it was
I'm
55 today. I was
the little bit of cold we get is a gift from God for us, so we cherish it.
Yeah.
So when it goes, it's just 9 months again of 100 degrees humidity. I don't know, but I miss it. Florida did get snow though this year.
Oh yeah, but north of Florida, right?
I know. I almost drove to Orlando to go throw a snowball at.
I
but it didn't
figured
happen.
you would. Just go in the yard, get some sand next to the alligator, and throw it at somebody. It's all right. It's the same thing. Pretend it's cold.
So Marco, what you been up to, brother?
Hanging out, bro. This is what it is, bro. You know what's funny? Today we were talking, Mike. I don't know if you'll ever go through this, but we were driving by my old school. With me and G went to 119, and I was thinking even about back then. I was a latchkey kid. You know what that is?
I don't know actually.
Yeah, me
I think
neither.
I know what it is, but I'm not 100%.
That's your
sure.
time.
A latchkey kid?
Latchkey kid. You know what that is?
I have no idea.
It's hooked to the pants.
No, well, I mean, the kid would have a key to the house, but he would go home and to school back and forth by himself. There was no picking up. There was no dropping off. At 9 years old, I had a key on me, and I walked back and forth from school solo.
A latching key.
okay.
I still never heard
Latchkey
that.
kid, bro.
I've never
Seriously?
heard the term of it.
You never have you ever heard that term?
I'd never heard that term. I know what you're talking about, but I've never heard someone say I'm a latchkey kid.
That's the
The
actual
terms
term.
I heard was Vatina scola allergico to vicina casa.
E se un
That's it.
seringa na panzata da legnate.
Latchkey
Yeah,
kid.
Oh, I
but
lost
you were the same way, right? Like you went back in school both by yourself, like at a certain age.
Starting junior high school.
Junior high.
I don't
yeah.
know my age.
Okay. And then you got to drive. Yeah, Florida. You have 50 miles between each school, so you have to get a ride. That's nuts, dude.
No, actually, my mom was a teacher, so I just rode with her. I had it pretty simple.
Oh my
Riding
god.
through Life Easy Street, huh, bro?
I didn't
Easy
know
Street.
bus, no latchkey, nothing. I rode with her.
And I'm guessing
I heard
no,
her,
and I'm guessing no
I got
friends.
the beauty of listening to her bitch to me the entire way to school.
But that's good.
Was she one of the moms like you see on TV with blasting 80s music while she dropped you off?
Oh, 100%. But there was no one there because we had to be there like 2 hours before everyone else because they were teachers.
Oh.
So it was just me and like 3 other kids standing out front, freezing our ass off in the morning, just waiting for the door to open.
Well, at least you always got breakfast early.
That's right.
Sure.
You made it for
Yeah,
free
we'll
breakfast.
go with that.
So that's cool, man. I mean, I didn't think that you would knew anybody because by you there is no walking back and forth from school because
No.
the distance is nuts.
There are a few schools you could do it at, but
Yeah?
you have to live right next to the school. I didn't live that close to my school, so
Oh, okay. Yeah, well, they were like...
there's a lot of bike riders.
I've noticed that. When I went out there was a lot of kids on bikes and those side-by-sides. So they were driving on those things too. But not only that, though, it was funny because I'm thinking in my head, I'm like, dude, I'm 9 years old. Some guy with a van snatches me up because I like puppies and candy. What the hell are my parents going to do, you know?
Yeah, I mean, you were a latchkey kid. You were on your own. Don't
That's
take
it.
the candy.
That's it, bro.
It's as simple as that. What about you, Frank? Did you walk? Were you a latchkey kid?
No, I don't even know that latchkey kid. Man, like I said, I was go to school now and better be home at 3 o'clock. That
That's
was
what I'm saying. But you went back and forth by yourself.
yeah. I had no key.
How the hell did you get back in the house?
Hopefully somebody was home.
Me? They locked you out.
Junior high
You
school.
going through the
I
dog
said.
door?
Let me in. I want a sandwich.
Just a hand trying to get the doorknob? I get it.
Hoping my grandparents were awake. Hello. So I wanted to talk about some rules in Italy that have been sporing upon media, and get your thoughts on it.
Sure.
Do you guys really feel the topic of coffee that cappuccino is frowned upon to have after 12 o'clock? And why? Like, this is my
In
thoughts.
Italy,
In Italy, they're saying that you're not supposed to, and if you do, they think you're nuts.
So
I think in Italy they frown it.
But what's the point? What's the big deal?
it's because it's a type of etiquette. It's always about etiquette. It's about doing the right thing. And listen, how many times we see those stupid videos where they're putting ketchup like on the pizza or whatever, and they pick them up and throw them out of the restaurant? That's not true. They're gonna, you're gonna look weird. They're not gonna like crucify you for it. But then again, look what we do when we have, because went out there and I've had it. They're just like bubble americano. That's all they say, bubble americano.
So you're telling me nobody in Italy has a glass of milk?
I'm sure they do. I'm sure I think it's over exaggerated here. I think we over exaggerate what they
Yeah,
think
but
is-
I've also heard that the froth in a cappuccino will mess with your digestive system. So that's why they only do it in the morning.
So you're saying the bubbles add air into your intestines? Is that what it is?
It gives me extra gas.
Try eating the sandwich afterwards and see what happens. No, that's just. But they're a little more like in their ways.
Right.
I think down here they wouldn't understand the idea of a Starbucks where there's people getting coffees at 5 o'clock in the afternoon.
Well, not the fact that it's just a coffee, but coffee with milk and foam and tutte le porcate we put on top of it.
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
But still,
Well,
I think it's
dessert
a little...
in a cup.
But Mike, you brought up a good point, because the Starbucks and Dunkin' Donuts, that I think, yeah, it lives in Italy. I'll say probably recent, but people don't really go and order a mochaccino.
But they always had those bars, those coffee bars on the corner, like all over the place.
Right.
All over the
Another
place.
thing that people get, and I was going to say me, but I see people get on other people is, what's an espresso? It's a shot of coffee.
Yeah.
Right? So you're supposed to take the shot and move on. Some people let that espresso last an hour because they like to sip it away.
Yeah.
So what is the proper way of drinking espresso? Take the shot or sip
I
it?
down it.
I down it too.
Like it's like a tequila to me. It's right down the hat. I don't sip it.
So call me nuts. I'll make my espresso and I'll let it sit for maybe like 10 minutes to get that hot off. And then I just take a shot.
So I think that they like they like the flavor of the coffee a lot. That's why they sip it and they nurse it, because they like that deep flavor of coffee. Because an espresso all by itself, like black, that's it, just nothing in it. It's a very deep sense of like the taste of coffee. They like that. Like if you ever, you know how they give you the coffee and then like a small glass of water? Never drink the water after the coffee, because that's when they look at you weird.
Yeah.
Drink the water first, then have the coffee. There's an etiquette.
Too many rules.
I'm telling you, man. It's like, it's just how it is. I don't get it, but that's just the way they've always moved.
But I also think that's the older people too,
Of
who
course
are
it
setting
is.
those rules and boundaries, and they're just followed, just like how we have in our own families and things like that. Those little rules and things that we follow.
Exactly.
Right. So
Right.
far, tell me if I'm creating a list here. So I'm educating myself.
Sure.
So you can't have a cappuccino later than 12 because the foam makes you shit like a deer.
Gotcha. That's
right?
number one.
That's it.
That's number one.
And then if you drink water before the coffee,
After
the coffee,
that's it.
you're a
You're done.
weirdo.
You're a weirdo.
You're a weirdo.
Because you
Okay.
want that coffee taste in your mouth all day.
Yeah, nothing like having a coffee breath all single day.
Well, for them
But-
it works apparently.
I don't know. Growing up, whenever I had a cappuccino, it was in the morning, and the coffee machine was shut for the rest of the day.
Yeah, that was
Maybe
it.
till after dinner time.
Really?
It was back up for use.
I'll
Yeah.
go upstairs after this podcast. It's so everybody knows it's about 9 o'clock right now at night.
Yeah.
I'll have a cappuccino and then go to bed. I mean, that's why I'm like, why is it frowned upon to have after 12 o'clock?
Rules, regulations,
Yeah,
and
but
then
you
passed
can't
on.
you can't hear yourself, but you're having a full conversation in your sleep.
Well, that's
You're like, I'm fine on cappuccino. I'm fine on cappuccino. I'm fine on cappuccino.
I wake up in
You
a
don't
sweat.
hear it, but
yeah. I don't have problem drinking caffeine and going to sleep.
I've seen. Listen, my parents used to make like, because they had the small one that they can get 1 cup each. They used to drink it at night, every night after dinner. All of a sudden, they stopped it. I don't know why, but they were drinking it every night. And I'm like, I think this defeats the purpose. You're supposed to not have the coffee at night so you can go to bed, be, refreshed for tomorrow. Like, what the hell is this? So it's just a little weird. I don't know.
You guys are older than me too, so I don't drink coffee at night. If I drink coffee at night, I'd be swinging from the walls. I can't do it. Like my father would drink it. My mother would drink. I will not do it.
Yeah. That's what I mean.
I did. I did have this one thing because I saw something about Pope Francis that he's not in best health.
Yeah.
I'll put it there. I don't want to say he's not, but he's not in best health.
Mm-hmm.
But I can't help but notice, and maybe it's just me because maybe I don't pay as much attention than others do with this stuff. But have they ever put in a pope that isn't 200 years old already?
Damn.
Is it not the fact that they're always like 80 and up when a new pope goes in, and then they complain that he's sick?
Well, I think I gotta look into it. I don't know, but I think they gotta work themselves up to a certain point to be qualified.
Cardinal. They have to be cardinals.
More than that.
What's above a cardinal?
I don't know. A Red Robin.
Blue Jay. No, I'm just saying.
That's not bad. I don't understand why people complain it takes 12 years to become a lawyer. It only takes 80 years to become a pope.
Because I think that there is like certain status. I'm gonna say it like this. Maybe it's like a Boy Scout thing where it's like you have to get a certain amount of badges and you got to do a certain amount of things. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe perform a miracle
What
or
do
two.
you become after a Boy Scout?
Yeah, I mean, it's like, well, I'm just saying. I don't know. I don't know the rules and regulations, but I do know. There's like a process they do. It's it's like a voting system. I don't know if it's a lottery or if it's a voting system, but it's
Well, I think they said because this one's been in bad health.
right.
I think. Tell me if I'm wrong. I believe he was doing bad, got hospitalized, ICU. Then he was doing better, and now he went backwards. Is that the last thing I heard?
That's what I've heard is that he's like kind of going backwards.
But it's like a breathing problem, right? It's like a viral. He has like a
Pneumonia.
lung viral issue.
respiratory something. Yeah.
Wow, that kind of sucks.
Yeah, I don't know. Age-wise, Mike, that's a good question.
It does suck, but it's like I've never seen like a younger, not even younger, but like in their 50s look like a pope. Like,
Well-
I've only seen the pictures, but
Okay, let me ask you this one: who was the youngest president? It's the same thing. A lot of these presidents that we have, they're above.
But you only have to be at least 35.
right? And how
years
many
old to
presidents
run
were
for
35, dude?
What about pope? I don't know. You
I
gotta be at
don't
least
know.
50 for pope.
I don't know,
How many
man.
trainings in this does it take? How many years?
I don't know, dude. That's what I'm saying. Like, there must be some sort
The
of
youngest president was 42, by the way.
The youngest.
Theodore Roosevelt.
All right.
It doesn't help either, though, because he wasn't in great health either. But
So what are
But
we
he was
doing here?
40.
Well, look. For my time, when I was born, John Paul II was
Yes.
the Pope. John Paul II in 1978 was elected to be the Pope. At that time, he was 58.
okay, all right.
So he was up there for a while.
Yeah, until I was, I think, over with high school, and then he passed.
Yes.
Yeah, because if I'm correct, they go till they pass, correct?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Then
Yeah,
they do
they
the,
don't
the
just-
white smoke, the whole nine.
We probably need to fact check that, but I believe it was 58 years old.
58 years old. I have a feeling that
He-
you're
yeah,
actually
you're
right on
right.
that. Because
You're
he was
right.
up there for a while. It
Yeah.
was a while.
Yeah, he definitely was.
Ma, do me a favor, look this up for me.
Yeah, right?
She's on it. Don't worry.
She's on it.
She's trying to learn how to use Google, but we'll get the answer.
Don't worry. She has that that text to speech. Like, she just needs to hit the microphone button. She can ask it the question.
You're asking too much.
You're asking way too much.
So there's other things about the Pope, Mike. I don't know if you want to bring it up or I can shoot him out.
No, shoot him out. Go ahead.
So another thing that I was reading about was not even now. I think the time 2 weeks ago when the Pope actually went into the hospital, dude, they already started rehearsing his funeral. How crazy is to even hear that, right?
I don't think it's that crazy because of how many probably go in and out.
Well, no, it's not
But they
about how many
probably-
go in and out,
No,
dude.
but think about it like yourself. Like let's
It
just
is
say
pretty
let's say you're in the hospital. You're in bed, right? And you hear, "Hey, your wife went to go order your casket." It's just such a sucky feeling, right? So now they're telling
Yeah.
the world that they're already rehearsing his funeral, which is probably massive.
Right,
I,
it's
I, I
huge.
get that logistics is probably crazy.
100%. Well, that's the other point I was gonna make. Is there something on their end that benefits getting a new pope in?
Yeah, a new pope.
Yeah. So what are you saying? You
Yeah,
don't
but I
want-
mean, like, does it benefit Italy or anything other than maybe they don't love
Put
the
it
guy,
like this.
so they're like,
I need you to think about it like this. How much in danger would the U.S. be if there was a gap in the presidency seat? Think about it like that.
yeah, this is the rule
Yeah.
of the church.
You got to make sure that you have the chief. There's always a chief in place, constantly.
what is he actually doing?
He's the.
I'm just
He's the mouth. He is the mouth
Mike,
of
I'm
God.
disappointing you every year, and you're more Christian than I am. Por creer on it. Every year he updates the Hail Marys. I don't
He
understand.
updates them.
The rosary you wear on your neck. There's an extra bead every year. He puts it in there one by one. How do you not know this stuff?
He's the
it's
mouth
like the
of
tooth
God,
fairy.
bro.
I go to sleep and there's an extra one on there.
He's the mouth of God, bro. He speaks because he's the one who's closest to him.
I don't know.
I just figured that they'd want someone a little younger who could speak. But
well, like I said, 58. That's not bad.
I think
no,
that if you
58's not
Didn't
bad
the
at
last
all.
pope quit? Like who quits?
I mean,
no
I
one
mean,
quit.
in
Yeah, didn't
Florida, you can buy your retirement home at 55. But,
Dude,
I
didn't
mean,
the last pope resign before this one?
I don't know. I'm not sure.
no.
Yes. Ma, look that up too. Look that up too.
Ah, baba, quando se neo? Che l'ultimo.
He resigned.
I think
in
they all died, dude.
2013.
No, I think the last president resigned. I'm sorry, Pope resigned, and that's how
Pope Benedict.
that was him, right?
Benedict. No, he died, dude.
He's the one who resigned.
He died after
He resigned.
Yeah,
He did resign.
Yeah,
How do you quit a job anointed by God, bro? How do you do that? What kind of HR representative?
It's like taking
you have
off
to
your
go?
badges for the Boy Scouts.
Where do
You're
you
done.
send your 2 weeks notice?
I
don't-
can't retire.
he mailed it to heaven. It was when you that said I never got it. Get out.
Guy can't have one good time before he goes. I mean,
You keep Cobra for 2
he's
months.
ready.
Oh my god. But that's freaking hilarious, man. But thank God I'm not a pope or a priest or a cardinal or a bishop.
Yeah.
I have a better question. Do you think the Pope is going to any of the FIFA games coming up?
He's trying to breathe right now. Like, where's he going?
Hey, listen, those oxygen tanks have wheels,
Trying to
bro.
breathe, but Italy qualified.
Yeah, so what? Listen, they can qualify all they want. They got to last for a couple of matches at least, please.
I don't know if you guys are following up.
He's
on,
Argentinian. Never mind. He's going for Messi. Don't even worry about it.
Good.
I said I don't know if you guys are following through with the World Cups and all that stuff. Like right now, there's the UEFA Nationals.
I saw that they were playing like on the beaches. Did you see that?
No, that's not what I'm talking about.
No. That's Copa America.
That's volleyball.
Copa de Bob.
Copa de Bob. No, they were playing on the beach. Like I've never seen them play on
I
like
can't
the
do it.
sand.
I can't watch it. I think it's ridiculous.
But it's official though.
Like a full soccer match?
yes, on sand.
Yeah, with no,
That's a
no
good way
shoes
to
on.
break ankles. What are they running with no shoes?
Dude, you break ankles. I'm scared to eat sand. That's like my worst nightmare. Either that or have sand in my eye.
I don't know. You couldn't do that at the beaches down here. I know, especially in New York. You could play soccer and catch a heroin needle.
Oh yeah, definitely. Either that or a full diaper. You got one or the other.
Wait, how would you know that if you haven't been to New York yet?
He hears things. He hears
Been
things.
to New York.
He's
I've
got
been to
somebody
New York
whispering
plenty
in his
of
ear.
times. Just after COVID, I can't go no more.
Yeah, ever again.
It's over.
Yeah, you can't go to the beach. We buried all our masks at Rockaway Beach. You can't walk in the sand now.
We call it Mask Island. It's one big blue string.
No, but I'm really excited for the games coming up because they're in America. And I think that's the coolest thing to me.
Yeah? Did you get tickets yet?
Here's my thing, because this is where I get weird with wanting to. I want to go so badly, and they just release. They're gonna release, or they did release. They're releasing the tickets in September, but they don't show the matches yet.
Well, that's the
So
gam-
it's like,
that's
am
the-
I gonna
that's-
spend $400 to watch Croatia versus
Yeah,
Venezuela?
that's the gamble you're taking. Like, I'm gonna buy the finale, which is right
Right.
here in New Jersey. Now,
Right.
if they make it great, if not, it's still the experience is freaking amazing, Mike.
No, it's gonna be awesome watching China versus Ghana. Better buy your jerseys.
You better buy your jersey.
I'm just gonna go with my Yankee T-shirt for that one.
You got to be one of those guys. New York. Be like, "Damn, what the fuck are you talking about?"
I feel like for me to want to spend that kind of money, I want to at least have an idea that it is like a higher up team.
Well, I don't know if it's baloney I read because social media could be so truthful these days. But I heard
Right.
things are on sale right now. Certain tickets for certain times and dates, I've seen like $500,000 prices on it.
Are you serious?
I swear to God.
It's disgusting.
No, because I know you guys have the arena up in Jersey. We have the one down here in Miami at the Hard Rock, and they definitely clarified that there's going to be games and matches played there.
Right.
But it's like
You don't know
they're
who.
expensive. The tickets, they're not cheap.
So what is the limit that you'll say I'm gonna pass? Like, what's that number for you?
And I don't know who's playing.
Yeah, you're not gonna know because by the time you know, they're sold out, and then by the time you gotta buy the tickets at that time, it's gonna be
Honestly,
triple.
$100.
Oh no way, Mike, stay home.
I'm not paying more than $100 to not know who's playing.
Bro, that's the parking fee.
Mike, you're not gonna. He's not kidding. He's laughing.
What are you fucking drunk?
Listen, this is the world. This is the World Cup, bro. I think the cheapest ticket you get as we get closer will be no.
But that's
be like $400-500
but that's what
a
I'm
pop.
saying, bro.
And
There's no
that's-
shot I'm
that's-
paying and not knowing.
$400-500, and you're listening from the garages.
You got to see Italy play when they played up in Jersey
No, I
a few
didn't go.
months ago, right?
I didn't go.
Oh, you didn't? Okay, me and G went down to the one down here in Miami, and we got to see him play. And I want to say the tickets were around like $100 each,
But that was also
and we
a
got to
regular
watch
game.
Italy.
It was a friendly
Wasn't
match.
it? It was a friendly
Right, it was
match.
just a regular match, granted, but at least we knew. So $100 doesn't really seem like that unrealistic to me. But if I knew Italy was gonna be playing that match, I'd have to I'm gonna max my credit card out probably. I
Dude, you
really
better
would love
show
to see
up.
a World Cup because how many? When's the next time they're gonna play here?
Listen,
When's the next World Cup gonna be in America?
I was told the next time you could see someone play in the country could be 100 years. So the fact that I'm seeing it twice, I think I'm pretty lucky, I guess.
Mike, the best thing you
There's
can do.
gonna be 200 popes by then.
Mike, the best thing you can do, just go to the stadium, gala de la muta on there, and hopefully somebody will take you in there with them. That's all I'm gonna tell you.
I think the most I've ever spent on a soccer game, I think it was close to $350 a ticket. And that was because
Yeah, see,
Juventus came down here
Yes.
and they were playing Inter, so there was like big
Is that the one that you have the scarf for? That scarf?
right here.
Yeah.
So the reason why there was so much is because there was so much hate that particular year, because
Right.
we won like 10 scudetti in a row that year. Now fanno schifo anyway.
We're not talking about
Yeah.
that.
As long as Inter don't win, Forza Napoli. And,
What's an omelet?
but I don't know.
But you were willing to pay it because you knew the teams.
Because I'm a big soccer freak. Like I love it. Like sitting right there, I have a signed card by Del Piero. Like,
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah, so that's
Yeah,
just,
no, I'm willing to go. I just want to know who's playing. That's really my biggest thing. And you won't really know till
You
it's
won't.
like too late.
You won't. And like you said, China against Uruguay, have fun, bro. You'll never know,
See,
dude.
you're fucking joking around, but Uruguay, they
No, I know. I've seen them play. They're good.
Jesus
No,
Christ.
I'm just breaking balls.
they're
but
animals.
watch, they're gonna win the fucking thing now,
Yo, let's have a pool going
and it's
right
gonna
now.
go right back to this clip.
I'm gonna call the finals Jamaica and Uruguay.
There you go.
3-1.
They're betting 12 coconuts.
Frank, do you know if USA qualified?
You know what's sad? The fact that I don't even follow them. I don't
I
even
know,
I don't even know. I don't even know.
They
If
should.
they're
I
on, I'll
think they
watch
do.
them, but it's like I won't follow them like I do Italy.
But they went pretty far in
now
the last
I'm gonna
few
have to Google
games,
it.
though. In the last few of those, like the World
Never mind,
Cup-
they qualified because they host.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, Canada, Mexico, and US automatically.
They're automatically
qualify,
in.
Te cuantecita.
Yeah.
Shit.
But now the question is, would have they qualified if they weren't hosting?
I think they would have because they were qualified in the last one.
They've
And the one
gotten
before.
better.
Oh please! The
But-
last couple of years, they actually, they're
They've been doing good.
doing great.
That's what I'm saying. So
No, that's what I'm saying. So I think they would have qualified this year. But then again, you got to look at the other team because there's always that one team that didn't qualify last year that all of a sudden got better throughout the time and is ready to qualify this year. That's what makes that. I feel like they're always at that edge of qualifying. They're not like at that level of France or Germany or Brazil that
Look
you
at
know they're
Italy.
gonna make it.
They even fucking make it last 4 years ago. That's how terrible.
That's
they
what
were.
I'm saying. That hurts. That's why I watched USA last time.
USA, USA.
I had to root for my country.
God.
How nuts is that, right? It's like, we're born here, but a lot of us will root for Italy over United States.
Yeah.
That's just my family though, because I watched all the games as long as I can remember with my grandfather and my dad.
Same.
And throughout the years, it was always Italy. It was never USA, which is unfortunate because like every other sports, I'm wearing a flag, the American flag.
Yeah.
Canada versus USA was just in the Final Four for hockey, and I was screaming at my TV for America. But when it comes to soccer, I'm Italy all the way.
Well, you know what it is, dude? It's like in your head, America is like new to the sport. Leave it to those who've been playing it longer. That would be Europe. That would be South America. That would be, you know what I mean? America showing up and to vote for them. It's kind of like the new kid on the block. You're like, yay, we can kind of do it. But you want to get your homeroom up, which is Italy. You're like, this is a European sport. I want my European team to make it, especially if you're from that place.
Plus, I have too much Team Azzurro stuff around my room to go for another team. It'd be a
I
waste
can't
of
dye all
money.
my blue shit red, white, and blue.
But I am excited it's here for the first time. Like, it's
Yeah.
in my lifetime. I'll probably only see it.
This will be
And
my-
that's why
my
we went to the
second.
Italy match.
Yeah, this will be my second.
Because how many times?
No, I hear you.
Well, again, the first time they came here was 94. And now it's 2025. So
Right.
maybe
I
I'll get
was
to
in
see
my
it
dad's
again and I'll be
balls in
like 80 years
94.
old. Who knows?
Hey, who's going to take you?
What?
Who's going to take you? 80 years old.
My car.
Your car? You going to go by yourself?
Yeah.
Silly guy.
Linda,
You think
Los
you're
Linda.
gonna go to a match in 80 years? You're gonna watch that shit from your living room,
Yeah,
right
honestly.
there with the VR.
VR? Yo, first of all, he'll have a heart attack. We got to make sure that he's on somebody's on the side.
VR at that point, you're gonna be in the net.
Oh,
Yo,
yeah.
I won't be surprised that technology will get to a point where no one's actually in present at a stadium anymore.
Yeah.
I hope to God that never happens.
You're gonna have to
because
buy
half
a
of the
ticket, put
excitement
your
is the
glasses
crowd.
on, you sit in the couch, and you're in the stadium that way. That's
Why
it.
do I have a problem? Like, why would you? I don't have a problem with that. First of all, I hate being around people, right? So we eliminate that issue. Then I'm at my house. I don't have to go drive, fly, swim. I ain't got to do any of that shit. I'm home. When the game's over, pop the goggles off,
Yo,
and you're home.
that must be the quietest, boring game. For the
No,
players.
you get the head. Like,
Players.
oh, that's their fault. I don't care.
Yeah, no, that would kill me. I feel like the level of playing would go down for sure.
No, but they still
Because
have
if you
your
look at the
audience sound.
COVID games,
Yeah.
because if you look at some of the games that happened during COVID where fans couldn't come to the games, I don't think there was as much as a fire.
Oh yeah, I mean there's nothing boosting the adrenaline.
They could have just
Half
added
of
an audience track to it, like Seinfeld. Just fucking something.
Yeah, like a laugh track.
Add something. It's too quiet.
He misses a shot. The guy has to get laughed at now.
Well, put it like this:
Nah, that's crazy.
during those COVID games, you heard every curse they gave each other, every single one.
Oh, 100. Well, during the UFC fights when they were silent, you heard every single knuckle
Everything.
break in that guy's fist every time he was hitting.
Which you know what's crazy, dude? So you watch those UFC fights, right? Like you watch all those.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm a big
okay,
sports guy.
can I ask you something?
Yeah.
You're in the ring. You're fighting, right? You're trying to stay focused. You got your coach. And he's literally telling you what to do in front of the other guy. Doesn't that kind of like defeat the purpose of a strategy? Like, I don't know. Am I overthinking this a little bit? Like he's telling you what to do in front of the dude. So he then won't
You are
do
because
it.
if you've played sports like I played every sport growing up,
Right.
especially in soccer, like where it's a big field. The coaches are yelling the whole time at you guys to tell you what to do.
Right.
Grab a 50-50 ball, put pressure on them, get back more, find the cross. Like they're yelling these things, and I don't think
But that's
I don't think the other team like
But that's a ball game. I'm talking about I'm facing you and my guy is telling me, shoot, hit him, punch him in his nose. You know, like you're giving the guy a warning of what I'm about to do to you. Shut up.
I think it's all happening so fast.
Oh,
too,
that it
it's
doesn't
not
even
bad.
register?
Now, if my mother was my ref, the guy would know the guy on the other side of the field would hear everything.
I just found that strange just because we do watch and I hear the coaches, they're telling them what to do, but that should hint off to the guy what the guy's going to do. It's just, I don't know. Maybe I'm just thinking too much into it. I don't know.
Look, all I tell you is go pick a fight and have
Yeah,
Frank yell in the corner.
have Frank yell, punch him in the nose, shoot, get his leg.
Maybe next time, Marco.
Yeah, right. At least you tried.
So what are your thoughts? Like, I don't know, this is hard to explain, right? Our parents came here 60, maybe 70 or 50 years ago, whatever. So we learned what they brought to this country 50, 60 or 70 years ago. So when you say old school, right, I would say that's reality of old school because they didn't get to learn or modernize themselves like to today, like Italy, right?
Mm-hmm.
So when we go to Italy or we do things on social media, based on what we know, people make fun of us.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I see it a lot.
right. So the thing is, like, even some of the traditions we hold that we still do today, some may not exist no more in Italy.
Right.
What is the right way now? Like, is it because we're out of date, I'll call it, that makes us wrong? Or is it they're too modern and weird now? Like,
I don't think there's a right or
does
a
that make sense what I'm trying to explain?
I see what you're saying. I don't think there's a right or wrong. And just to mark this as something, my father didn't come here, like, because you said 50, 60, 70 years ago. My dad only came here 30 some odd years ago. So he was there in his 30s when he came here. So he's like off the boat, 30-year-old, 32-year-old person that came here. He didn't bring many of the traditions with him. He really didn't. And that's one of those things that I found weird because when I met up with you guys and you guys were saying all these traditions, I asked him about it and he goes, yeah, but I'm not fucking doing that. And I'm like, what is that? Like, what kind of an answer is that? Let me give you an example. And I swear to God, he said this to me and I laughed every single time when he said it. When there are certain holidays or traditions where you would dress up, let's just say like a saint or something that you would have to do.
That's really St. Joseph's Day.
No, but there's other days that the people do that too. There's like other little things. Every time I asked him, I said, "Pa, how come we never did?" You know what his response to me was? Sulki de povere fish, I'm like, what kind of an answer is that? That's supposed to be a traditional thing.
I mean, the only time I feel like I remember acting, I don't even so much say dressing like a saint, was St. Joseph's Day when my grandmother did like l'artaro, they called it.
Yeah.
Right? You guys ever
saw
you
it.
experienced that, Mike? Or no?
I don't think I've never heard of that one.
So just because your dad's a lot older than me, he was
Right.
born here though, right? In
Yeah,
America.
he was born here.
So your grandfather's but your dad still has that same old school mindset like I do. Yeah, so that's the only time I remember
Stuff like that.
l'artaro.
Because we never did that stuff. Like I always said, my father was a old school yet modern type of person because he would allow things or he would experience things and do things that not many traditionalists would do, but there were some things he still held as tradition, like Christmas Eve is more festive day than Christmas Day. Yes, we kept that. Easter, we still did that. Like he maintained the big ones. The little things that people can take or leave, he left. It was the major ones he kept. So that's how my experience was growing up like that. It was a half modern, half old school way.
Yeah, I kind of was the same way because my mother came here to the States when she was 26. So she grew up in Sicily the same way with her parents who were real old school, living the way they do over there. So when she came over here, and then granted my father's side, both his parents came from Sicily, but he was born here. So I think I had two different kind of views from how way things my mother wanted to do things and the way things my father did things. But I didn't find a lot of that much of a difference. I really just think there are gonna be some people in Italy that if you're not taking a shit on a bidet, that you're not gonna be completely Italian.
See, that's
And
what
if you're not born and
supposed
raised
to take
there,
a shit in the bidet.
Yeah, that's
I
where you
just
fucked
wanna-
up. That's why they make fun
Yeah.
of you, because you're shitting where you're supposed to wipe your ass.
So I don't know what you do with
I
your
use an
bidet.
American toilet. Is what I'm saying. But
I think that's
just
why they're
there's
pissed
gonna
at
be
you.
those haters that if you're not
Yeah.
100% the way they do things over there,
Yeah.
and then we come here, and I'm sure there will be some things that we do differently that they might look at us and say like, they think they're Italian because
Like
they're
solo
saying this or
vecchiere
doing
di
this.
fanno, something like that.
Yeah.
But it's hard for me to hear that because I grew up with family from Sicily, but things are different here in America too.
Right.
I guarantee you, if we did things over there, we would be saying the same thing.
Oh,
It
yeah.
would be
yeah.
vice versa. So
Full turnaround. 100%.
But that's some of the things that we battle on social media, right? People calling, regardless if it's fake Italian or that's not right, or telling you, hey, I posted something not too long ago. They're like, hey, you don't know what you're talking about. I'm like, really? Like, I don't know what I'm talking about. You know, what I'm
They're
saying?
experts. You
Yeah,
want me to
so
tell you?
it's like, is it because from what I learned here from my grandparents, maybe now it's different, or are they wrong, or do we not do that
No,
anymore?
I think that it was. I think there were traditional things that were brought here that stopped there. So now they look at us like we're weird because we're continuing something that they stopped.
yeah, and they'll pick on you for the smallest little
Oh,
details
my
too.
God.
Like when me and G had that video with the Pandoro and Panettone thing.
Oh, yo, dude, they were after you, bro.
What
They
a
had-
what a raise that brought up.
I know,
just
I
because
can't-
we
I
called
can't believe it.
Pandoro Panettone. Like to me, that's not like a big deal thing. It's not like we
right.
broke some crazy. You know what I mean? But seeing how many people were like, "Leave them alone. This is like a stupid thing to argue about," and how many people were like calling us fake Italians.
But
like,
that's
over
another
something
thing.
that.
Like people don't understand. Like social media, right? It's a joke. It's a joke.
Right.
It-
This ain't the news.
it's a
I'm
joke.
not reporting news here. We were snorting panettone. Like I don't see where people don't get the joke there.
It's bad.
I don't know.
There are
It
some
blows my mind.
very, very emotionally disturbed, vicious people out there. Don't get me wrong. Half the things they say is pure gold. Like I look at it and I go, "That's fucked
No,
up
it's funny.
on a new level." Like I'm upset for you. Like you want to grab him and go, "Who hurt you?" and just give him a hug. Maybe a kiss on the forehead. But it's like it's visceral shit where I'm just like, you have to literally sit there and think of this to write it down and send it to somebody, and what's protecting you is a screen. Because if this was in the street, you'd keep walking. There's no way you would muster up the courage to say this to somebody to their face. No way.
Keyboard warriors.
That's what it is. And you know what the thing is too is like I see ways my father does it, but when you're growing up in America, you are gonna do different things. But my mother coming off the boat at 26 years old, when
Right.
me and my sister got sick, they did like all the weird cutting potatoes and putting them on your head and
They make a
and
salad
putting
afterwards.
the cold rags on your head, and they did. She was still very much in. It took her a while before she could just give me a like towel.
Just
Like-
give me a fucking aspirin. Get this
Like it
salad off my
really took
face.
a while. So I think the longer you live here too, though, things are gonna change.
The potatoes aren't working. She's dying. Give her a towel.
She's making
104
lentils with my
fever.
feet.
At what point you call the cops?
And the worst part is she can't understand what the pediatrician's trying to tell her too. It was just like I was my mother and my nonno's translators for
Nice.
sure, and it's just I don't know.
Yo, being that way.
They love our videos. They love when we do stuff like this because they enjoy the fact that we're trying to continue the Italian heritage and that thing we grew up on and show it to other people
Yeah.
because they don't even have people doing that really in Italy
No.
who are doing things like that. So my mom and her family who watch in Sicily all the time our stuff, they love it that we're trying to continue it.
I'm curious, Mike. Yo, I know you just said you had to be a translator for your mother and your grandfather and all that. Yo, what was the most uncomfortable translation you ever had to do for them? If was
My-
there ever one?
I know exactly
Oh
a
shit.
good one. So my grandfather had to go in for a colonoscopy.
Those are always good. Go ahead.
But before you say,
And-
you sure you want to say it? I'm just making sure. I don't know what your father.
I
called
remember
me.
this very clearly because my grandfather passed in 2014, so I was only 14 years old. But I was probably like around 10 years old, and he had just an annual colonoscopy. And at that time, I always went along to wherever he was going. We went to the doctor's office, and the doctor's trying to just tell him, like, listen, it's just like a annual checkup thing. You haven't done one in a couple of years. So trying to explain to my grandfather that like they gotta shove something up his ass was pretty tough. But thank God my grandmother was there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, if
So-
it wasn't for that woman, my grandfather would have been just hitting everybody.
So you know what's funny? It's always those doctor visits because my father had one like that too. My mother was there with him, and they were doing a checkup. At this point in time, my dad really didn't speak a lot of English, so he really didn't understand a lot. My mother was the translator. So the doctor comes in and says, "Please tell your husband to come here and pull his pants down." My mother was laughing. She couldn't even translate it. She was laughing. And the doctor got so pissed at her because she can't explain it to him because this is a very sensitive situation. The doctor closes the tent on her, all pissed off, and all you hear my father's go, "Oh." Yo, my mother was pissing herself, bro. She couldn't even warn him.
Wait, they didn't put him to sleep?
For a colonoscopy, it's a finger in the ass.
No. No,
Yeah.
the colonoscopies, they shove it.
Oh no, prostate exam. Sorry.
Me, you-
Yeah, that's too
I'm
different.
sorry.
Yo,
Mine
I
was
don't
a
know what kind
prostate
of doctor
exam.
you got.
My father had a prostate exam. That colonoscopy, they gotta knock you out for. Yeah,
That's what I was saying.
yeah, I got that
I don't know
confused.
what insurance you got, Marco? but
Yo, it's a
they
good
knock
one.
you out
$50
for
a month to get you everything you
colonoscopy.
need.
It's like
But yeah,
close your eyes
it was
and
a prostate exam. That's why my mother was laughing.
It's funny because they don't really understand. I don't know. I grew up a lot of times, like a lot of things go over my mother's head.
Yeah.
Like she doesn't like I literally watch it go over her head. Like it's just funny. Like she doesn't understand. Like
You do a good impersonation of her, dude. You really do.
yeah, Marco, che dice how you say? And I'm sitting there like in the store, like Ma, there's 15 people in line.
We
trying
don't
to
have
check
time
out.
for this. Scan the fucking
Just
thing.
go.
Forget the 2-cent coupon. Go.
Like I watched her get a driver's license. I watched her do a lot of things.
Oh, that's
I mean,
cool.
It's fun. It's fun. I mean, obviously, like I'm allowed to kind of make fun and poke at it.
Yeah.
Because I understand she's my mother. But if someone else would poke at it, minkia.
No,
But-
definitely.
But it is fun, and she does try really hard. I
That's
think
cool.
there's certain things though that she'll never
Fully
like,
grasp.
be ready to. Yeah,
Right.
like she won't, and there's things that she does that are from Italy that she won't let go of.
Nah, that's good though.
Which is
It's
fine.
good to keep those things, man.
But it's fun to see the balance of the dad who was born here versus the mom. Who
The
came here
differences
also.
between the two, yeah.
Either way, I still got hit a lot, so it didn't make.
Oh yeah, you were able to see the studs in the wall?
Yeah, either way, from Brooklyn or to Palermo, I was getting rocked, so it doesn't matter.
Rock. Deservingly so. Deservingly so. Yeah, but you got the American threats, bro. The Italian threats are something totally different, bro. Like, what's a good Italian threat that you used to get? Because there's so many, it's like picking up a dictionary.
Bene che ti dormisci. Yeah, I think that was it.
Yeah, better get to do to me shit.
Yeah, as soon as you fall asleep, that's when I'm gonna catch you. That was it.
Bolgaro.
No, man.
Come on, bro.
That one still makes me sweat.
Does it?
See, for me, when my mother bit her fingers, I knew she was
Oh, really?
beyond pissed. That's when I knew. I mean, she would bite marks on. I'm
Yeah,
like, oh,
because that's
shit.
that's to get the anger away from you, so she could focus on the pain. My dad always had he had a saying when we got older. He just kept saying the one thing over and over again when I was like about 15 years old on. Jesu, Jesu, aiutami tu. That's it. He
Yeah.
would just repeat that because Jesus had to save us from him. And he had to call upon that. So if it wasn't for that.
I mean, I knew I was in trouble when my father's words wouldn't make sense anymore because it was just a bunch of mumbling. But it was all happening fast. Like it was like, but at the same time, he was looking for something that I don't know what he was looking for. And I knew at that point I had seconds to just jolt.
Yo, those
Yeah.
are some scary times. It's even scary when they ask you to get it for them. Va
Oh, yeah, that's great.
Va l'ugento.
For me, it was always, come here, I just want to talk.
Yeah.
I
gotta
knew
tell
it
you
wasn't a
something.
top.
I gotta tell you something.
The
Come here.
moment I got close enough, it was, but
No, the best shot that I ever got, and I give him props, was when I was sleeping.
Yeah?
Yeah.
He actually gave it to you while you were sleeping?
He said it and he did it.
He was a man of his word.
Like, it woke me up, and it took me like 40 seconds to realize what just happened.
Did he just beat the shit out of me?
Yeah, I was like, what was that?
Dude, still remember, I ran from him once. I ran from him one time. I ran around the table a full minute.
that's the mistake.
Yo,
Because it's
just
worse.
like him at night, he caught me. I had to go to bed. We had railroad apartments. I couldn't run anywhere. The minute you go to where the bathroom was, you have to go through him, and there is no going through him. So bunk beds, forget about it. I was murdered.
But see, that's the other thing I think is weird. Like, I don't think it's weird, but I think other people think is weird too. Because like, I grew up with more old school way of just teaching your kids not to do things, lessons and stuff like
Corporal
that.
punishment.
And I always got kind of knocked around, smacked around, corrected in public. And there's a lot of kids who won't even, or parents who won't even like touch their kids nowadays.
Well, you can't.
But I feel like even the older generation, even if you weren't Italian, if they still corrected their kids.
Yes. Because also that instilled what we're missing today, which is called shame. When you were shamed in public, being smacked, being, said whatever, it made you say, I think I got to correct myself. I don't want this to happen again. That's what's missing here. That's why we have so many OnlyFans accounts. You know what I'm saying? That's just really what it is. There's not enough.
Are there any Italians on OnlyFans?
There's gotta be,
Ma!
dude. Ma!
Make that part of your Google account.
Yeah. There's gotta be. That's the problem. It's like,
100%.
You have other people telling you how to raise your freaking kid, and then it's like you can't teach them the way that you think that they should. Then they turn out to be some kind of jerk. It's not an easy road to do. I don't have any kids, so I don't have to worry about that. But
Well, there was an episode, if people rewind it.
Oh,
it was-
yeah.
It's
Yeah.
between episode 3 and 7. Somewhere
around there, yeah.
Where Marcus said that you should beat your kids.
relentlessly, like
Yeah.
the second they wake up.
I'm surprised we didn't get canceled then. But
Because, again, now, there's no shame. The kids have no shame now. There's no respect. There's nothing. There's nothing.
But see, I feel like I grew up with part of that generation that is because I was born in 2000. So I feel like a lot of people
damn,
put it on
you're a Y2K
my
baby.
generation.
Yo,
That a lot of
you're
us
old as fuck, Frank.
are just over the hedge because they're saying we didn't get corrected or we didn't grow up the same way.
Right.
Like I got plates torn at me. Like I don't understand
I got plates
where some of them I got beat with a Bible after church one day.
They tried to
with the
beat
Bible.
Christianity
It was one of
into
those
you.
situations where I was picking on my sister. My dad enough. He was driving. He couldn't even pull over. He just grabbed the first thing he saw and just started.
Were you
taking it
screaming, "Oh
down.
God, oh God"?
Oh God, oh God.
But I'm fine now. I confuse my left and right sometimes, but I'm good.
He knocked the navigational part of your brain away.
I'm making a lot of U-turns, but I'm okay. I'm good.
You gotta make sure you got enough gas to get around.
So I think it really is just the way you grew up versus the times.
I believe it.
Because me and Juan got hit. It wasn't just me.
Right.
There were other generations that got corrected.
So you're saying your father used to beat you up and your friends?
Wouldn't that be hilarious to watch?
No, he didn't.
No, he didn't.
Listen,
If you were at my house and you did something, everyone was catching it.
When?
there was a time I was hanging out with my friend, and because we were both did something we shouldn't do, my friend's father gave it to both of us.
Me.
Yeah, and then when I got home, my father gave it to both of us too.
Exactly, for starting shit over there. I get it.
2 for the price of 1.
Listen, while you're there, ask my mother this question. She'll probably laugh. When I was young, we were walking down here in Ridgewood, Queens, in a strip called Knickerbocker.
Yep.
It's you haven't been here. You've been here, right?
No, I've been here. I know exactly what you're talking about.
So Knickerbocker is a strip of shopping
Stores,
and stuff. And I don't know what got over me. I remember it. For some reason, I said to my mother, "Mom, you want to see how strong I am?" Because she was holding my hand. And my mom she wears rings. and
Yeah.
I squeezed her hand. Bro, and then for some reason it clicked that I was gonna get my ass beat. So I didn't want to let go. So the more my mom was screaming, the more I kind of held it. So she was screaming, I'm squeezing, but when I let go, I ran.
Yo.
So
I would have too.
my mom was chasing me up and down Knickerbocker Avenue.
Trying to beat your ass.
You can't go home if she didn't get you that.
You know what's funny?
I'm not gonna say what happened after that, but since you're there, you ask her.
You know what's funny, dude? I could hear your mother when you're squeezing. She goes, "Ay, cornuto."
She's like, let go. I'm like, I'm sorry, let go. I'm sorry, but I wouldn't let go. I don't know what got over me, but I remember doing
That's
that.
funny as hell, man.
Oh, that's
I still got the bite marks on my back.
So, like, what happened? A German Shepherd gets you? No, my mother.
My mother got me, and she's quick too.
Oh God.
Oh fuck, man, that's good.
Well, that was good, guys.
Yeah, man, that was fun.
Yeah.
So, Mike, thank you for jumping into this one. It was pretty fun.
Yeah, man.
No problem.
You probably should get on more often, bro.
Yeah, I mean, we'll figure out something with it.
Put that loser
I'll
to
see
the
if
side.
G could walk down the stairs, right?
Why he's walking a little funny nowadays?
I won't go deep in the detail why that is, but
Does he have a bump?
Have a good night, everybody.
Glad on.
want to know what the job.